Welcome to the TV Anthology reviews. We will be covering the last 2 episodes of Season 2 of the show Monsters. First, Episode 23, The Bargain. Sarah is a supposedly homely bookseller who just can't get men to pay attention to her. She actually isn't too bad looking, but the episode tells us that men have super high standards, so I will believe them. Don't worry, she will get her "she's all that" moment later in the episode. She tries to connect with a self-described working-class TV repairman named Joe over books, but he just ignores her. She has a big crush on him, but he won't ask her on a date. He doesn't really respond to anything. If only she could find a mask to make her slightly better looking. Before the internet, there were ads in magazines, and this one offers a new face. She could just wear some makeup and get a makeover. I've heard getting a mani and a pedi can solve most problems in the world. She doesn't trade her soul for the mask, thank God. She instead puts up some real physical collateral. She sells her bookstore. This mask will make her beautiful, but it has one rule. She can never take it off. She takes on a new identity and turns her bookstore into a hip video store.
How come if this mask can make people beautiful, how come you don't use it? That wasn't very nice, Sarah. I'm sorry. I had my chance with this mask once, but I didn't follow the rules.
She sells her bookstore and turns it into a video store and changes her name from Sarah to Mandy and assumes a new identity. It seems she could have convinced Joe she just got a makeover, but she decided to pretend to be another person. Foreshadowing? Well, it works. He likes her blonde wig, veneers, and makeup, covering up her previous blemishes. It's funny watching her be awkward, not realizing she is now hot. She's been a bookkeeper for too long, but her nerd still peeks out.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Anywhere up front. Was there something else?
Must be some job taking over a business like this.
Yes, it is.
I got the afternoon off. Is there anything else you need a hand with?
Joe pretends he is cooler than he is and hides the fact that he likes books. Things are going okay, but Joe is now the awkward one, having no idea how this beautiful girl is interested in him now. It's an interesting dichotomy, and the message is obvious. Just be yourself. You can tell Sarah, or Mandy, as she now calls herself, is itching to get out of the mask and reveal her true identity, just like a Kardashian. After getting a little action, he ghosts her, eventually explaining he doesn't think he is good enough for her. Then the episode gets really weird. It's like the producers realized they were running out of time. With 2 minutes left, her old self appears, she tears off her mask, scarring her face, and it is revealed that Joe loved her the entire time. Not a bad ending, just rushed. 6 out of 10. The fact that it leaves some things open-ended leads to its ethereal quality. The comment being obvious, people, especially women's desire for beauty. Now, the mask gets passed on. I don't think this is trying to make a commentary on plastic surgery, but I will make it about that, because nowadays every Instagram model is getting some BBL, an injection into her face, breasts, or any other orifice that can be pumped, inflated, or smooth. When done too early, this ends up aging women. In the case of The Bargain, it scars Sarah's face. But looking at a singer like Milo Trevejo, you can't help but think this was a bad idea. Why look 30 years old when you're 18? You can see the difference between her in 2020 when she is 18 to only 3 years later at 21. It looks like she has aged an extra 15 years. And when somebody already has a good career, it does make you wonder, what compels already successful multimillionaires to do this? The health costs are high, with the death rate of BBLs, Brazilian butt lifts, being 1 in every 3,000. Not to mention, you have to check on it for the rest of your life, constantly going to doctor's appointments and getting the surgery redone every 5 to 10 years. Breast implants have to be changed out every 10 years. And half of these girls can't even sit down.
Hi guys, I'm Monica here at Revive, and I'm going to be showing you how to use your BBL pillow properly. We're going to go ahead and place the BBL pillow on the chair, ends of the chair, always please. We're going to go ahead and take a seat and make sure that your butt is off the BBL pillow and it's not touching the seat. Please remember, do not lay back on any type of chair because obviously it defeats the purpose. And remember guys, never sit without your BBL pillow for 6 weeks.
Really gotta punch you out. Yeah.
It's starting.
The last episode of Season 2, The Family Man, starts out as a sunny sitcom and turns into a sci-fi horror outing later in the episode. A single mother is dating a new man, Warren, who she has invited over for a family picnic. Her previous husband was a police officer who was killed in the line of duty, and this is her first date after the tragic death of her husband. Her son has the sixth sense. He knows something is wrong with his mother's new boyfriend. When he puts on his father's old glasses, he sees that Warren is an alien. This is a tribute to the 1988 movie They Live, starring Rowdy Roddy Piper, where a special pair of sunglasses can see aliens in the population.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
While this episode doesn't live up to the movie They Live, it's still quite good. It takes its time and reveals the alien early in the episode, so you know he is evil, and now the little boy has to convince his family. The soundtrack has a light piano playing throughout the episode, and it complements the soap opera appeal. It's also very sunny. This is playing on the difficulty of young children accepting any new man in their mother's life and being suspicious of them, as the little kid Neil tries to warn his mom that Warren isn't who he says he is. Warren does play his role with a disquieting, sinister look, coming off as a phony nice guy. A pitch-perfect betrayal.
Since his father died, he's been a little shy around strangers.
It's not surprising. After all he's been through, he just needs a little time. I'm sure it isn't easy for you either. Trying to work, raise a family, raise 2 kids all on your own.
It's not so bad.
Give yourself some credit, Angie.
I do.
No, you never told me what happened to your husband.
Oh? He was killed on the job. He was a policeman. It was in all the papers.
Oh.
Don't you see? He wants to sneak in, pretending to be human, and take Dad's place.
Wow, just like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Please, Mom, just look at him through the glasses. You'll see.
It's tragic, really. You wouldn't understand. You're too young.
Oh, I understand.
I didn't mean you personally. I mean your kind. Your race. There are things older than people in the world. Races that live and hunger and move secretly from one generation to the next. Now, our kind needs your kind, Your life force.
I'll stop you.
I don't think so.
It takes place all in one night, with the mood matching the daytime and nighttime hours. It starts out sunny and positive, and by the end it is nightfall, and Neil decides to take the law into his own hands, armed with his father's old pistol.
Neil.
Mom, he's got Daddy's gun.
Neil, put that down. I mean it.
I know you do. I want you out of here. I don't want you to ever come back here again.
Of course, Neil. If that's what you want, I'll leave.
I don't believe you. Mom, please get away from him.
Neil, listen to me. You don't want to hurt me. And that's the only way that you're going to get to Warren. I'm not lying to you, and I'm not trying to trick you. I'm telling you the truth. Now put the gun down. Put it down. Neil! Warren!
Some ambulance, I'm hurt.
Where are you?
Don't worry, I'll be fine. It isn't Neil's fault. We'll get him some help.
Told you he didn't belong.
Oh, Warren.
Six out of 10. It strikes a balance between being an unsettling family drama and science fiction. The Mask looks quite good, and the homage to They Live doesn't come off as a ripoff, but a nice homage, with characters that have differences. The bratty teenage daughter is overwhelmingly positive, and brings up the mood when things get too solemn. Neil, the young son who can't accept any other man to replace his dad, and the mother who is ready to date again, but is still apprehensive and a little depressed. It never drags, and it has an effective ending. The scenes between the little kid Neil and Warren being my favorite. This was the little kid Neil's only acting credit. He was played by Calvin Armitage. The alien Warren was played by Michael O. Gorman, who has 6 acting credits and was in 1 episode of Miami Vice. Yay. He was pretty talented, surprised he wasn't in more. The teenage daughter Terry was played by Kelly Rebka. She voiced Kat in the series Kenny the Shark and was in the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The mother, Angie, was played by Annie Corley, who was in Seabiscuit, Joanna Man, The Cider House Rules, and Bridges of Madison County. Well, that concludes Season 2 of Monsters. We have 1 more season to go before concluding the series. And then after that, I'm going to do Tales from the Dark Side. Bye.
Der nächste Song ist für Panda. Die Geisten.
Schießen wir dann doch noch ein paar News. Im Playboy verkaufen sich die Platten einfach besser. Die Spanner unter euch setzen sicher schon die Messer. Ich schlag mir die Bluse auf. Mit Blut sieht's nämlich scheiße aus. Denn ich lauf ins offene Messer. Mit Wimpern voraus. Nehm euren Dreck in Kauf. Ich lauf ins offene Messer. Mit Wimpern voraus. Nehm euren Dreck in Kauf. Ich lauf. Ich lauf. Ich lauf. Jetzt seh ich fast was besser. Ihr redet viel und gern, schürt dabei Hass und Wut. Dabei stimmt euch zur Abwechslung mal Schweigen. Ja, ich lauf ins offene Messer. Mit Wimpern voraus. Nehm euren Dreck in Kauf. Ich lauf ins offene Messer. Mit Wimpern voraus. Nehm euren Dreck in Kauf. Ich lauf. Ich lauf. Ich lauf. Jetzt geh nicht fast, mach's besser. Jetzt geh nicht fast, mach's besser. Jetzt geh nicht fast, mach's besser.
Danke für die geile Zeit.